What is up, party people? Welcome back to the channel. On this channel, we talk about all things living in Colorado, and today I'm going to take you through the cost of living. I am your host, Sean Murphy. We do a lot of things on this channel like tours, neighborhood tours, vlogs, being your number one resource for just living out here and knowing what is up with not only the housing market but things to do. So I'm going to hit you, like I said, with all the numbers, going to hit you with those Colorado specific items at the end. After that, I'm going to walk you through, I'll pull up the map and show you where some of these housing prices, like from 400 to 500, where those homes are going to be 500 to 600, just so you can get a little feel for where you're at. And I also cover the greater Denver metro and the foothills, so I'm gonna toss in some foothills, some mountain life numbers as well. But let's get on into it. The big number that everyone talks about with Colorado is the real estate. If you're coming from California, or you're coming from Seattle, you're coming from even like Austin, the prices don't seem that bad out here. But if you're coming from Ohio or Georgia or Alabama or something like that, you're gonna be like, holy crap, this is expensive. It is not cheap, but it is super awesome and it is worth it. The numbers just for Denver, the average sale price was $712,000 for a single family detached home, and you're like, damn, that's the average. The median was $564,000, which is still crazy. You're like paying $500,000 for one of these houses. Yeah, it's not cheap. And one of the reasons that the single family detached prices are going up more is because we've had a lot of millennials that have been moving out here, and they have been in condos, and they no longer want to be in the condo. They're making some big old babies, or they want to have a backyard for their fur babies, and they want to get out of the condo and they're moving to the single family detached home. So the properties around the greater Denver metro area, they are sought after. If you're thinking about making the great escape, either from wherever you are straight up to the mountains, or from the Denver up to the mountains, I'll give you like Evergreen is probably the most commonly asked about. It is a little bit more expensive than compared to some of the other mountain areas around here, like Conifer, Bailey, Idaho Springs. Like, it'll be a little bit less expensive. The average sale price for Evergreen, Colorado was $1,065,277. The median for Evergreen was $888,500. And you're like, holy crap, that is expensive. There are homes starting around $400,000 in the mountains. They're not going to be super impressive or expansive when it comes to like their floor plans, but you'll be in the mountains and it's super sweet. I have a channel, another one besides this one, called Altitude Living, and for free you can tune into that channel to see each week the new homes that are hitting the market. So if you're into a little bit of mountain house porn, go check out that channel. That information is free for you every week, and you know what else is free? Love and likes. And so if you want to spread some love and give me a like on this video, I appreciate you appreciating me. If you don't know yet, I am real estate agent up in the foothills, work the greater Denver metro area. We have a sweet team of badasses that cover the greater Denver metro area, and we love helping you guys find your somewhere in Colorado. So if you are thinking about making your way up here, definitely give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, scroll by fence. We love helping you out. But let's get on into it. Some of those moving out here aren't quite ready to buy yet, and I understand. So if you're just getting out of school, or if you're like, hey, I don't want to commit to a property yet, I want to get the lay of the land before I get that mortgage going. Renting's not cheap here either. So I pulled this numbers off of Rent Cafe, a website, and they say the average studio is $1,177, and then you get like the 2 bedrooms, you're probably looking right around like $1,500 to $1,600, and then 4 bedrooms, you're looking up over $2,200. That seems about right. I've seen some studios in 1-bedroom apartments around $900. They're not going to be super fancy. They're not going to have the gym or the rooftop or the pool. But if you just want to get out here, they're definitely available. renting isn't inexpensive out here. Again, it is awesome, but also Denver has turned into an area that is more of a shared housing, like a roommate situation. So if you're new to the area and you're like, hey, I'm a single and I just want to like team up with some other singles in the area or a couple and do a room share thing, there are other videos that I've made on that, but you know, go to Facebook Marketplace and you could find room share groups to help you out with that.
The apartment's flag is a gold lion rampant on a field of azure.
Other things that will affect the pricing out here, because Colorado has beautiful skies and beautiful views. If you're up in the mountains, you should expect to pay more if you're looking for the house with that 100-mile view. Yeah, views absolutely will take into account, even the way that the home is positioned. If you get a lot of great sun exposure, like if you're on the south side of the hill, those will typically level, those will typically sit a little bit longer, not as sought after. A lot of people won't like the garden level because they don't want people meandering around. Tip for that: more expensive for the views, less expensive for the garden level or sub level. Now, don't be sad about the housing prices. We will cut you a break, and where we'll cut you a break is in your property taxes. Folks moving here from like the New England area, New Jersey, they're like, yes, these property taxes are amazing. Colorado, we have the 5th lowest property taxes, so that is where you'll save some loot. 0.52% is about what you're going to be paying out here, and so that is a blessing. So when it comes to your utility bills, we're right about average with the national average as far as like energy costs. Utility bills is about on par with what you're probably paying now. If you're looking at best places online to look at cost of living, you'll see like the mountain properties, they're typically lower utility cost, and you're like, how is that? Aren't we just like bumping the heat in the winter? You know, it does get cold. It's about 10 to 15 degrees colder up the hill. That's what we call it. However, there's a lot of people that will have like a wood burner to help out with it, offset the heat in the winter, or propane tank, which they might not be registering into the numbers that they're using for this website. However, the summer is where you will save the most money if you're living in the foothills, because there's a lot of houses up here that won't even have air conditioning. I know that blows a lot of people's minds, but we have nice, beautiful, crisp breezes that will roll through here. And due to the lack of humidity, you don't feel like you're in a swamp out here. So it is amazing in the mountains in the summertime. Open the windows, get a breeze coming through, and you'll save a lot of those energy costs. I actually like look at it as like a downside. I get folks that move up from Texas or Georgia, Florida, Southern California, and they're like, I can't go without a central air conditioning system. I'm like, that's a shame, because the fresh air and the breeze, that's what makes it so awesome up here. And we don't have like all the bugs and mosquitoes coming in all the time in the windows. And so it is like one of the only places that I will go to and travel that I'll leave my windows open a lot to get that fresh air in here. Close them up at night. I don't want any critters to get in, but if you're up on a higher elevation, absolutely, you can make that happen. There's also this thing called a swamp cooler to cool your house, and I won't go too far into it, but I love a swamp cooler. It's for high, like arid montane climates, and it uses fresh water pulled over these filters, and then a big fan sucks the cool air in off the pads dispersed through the house. And I like it because it puts a little bit of moisture into our dry air, and it's super energy efficient. So if you see one of these like big box refrigerator looking things on top of the roof, like, don't be scared. I think they're awesome. They're good up until probably about like 90 degrees. After that, after about 90 degrees, you're gonna be pretty hot. When it comes to transportation, we are on par with most of the country as far as like gas prices. I think I've been paying somewhere between like $3.40 to like $3.80. I typically don't pay over $4 per gallon of gas out here, but I think it fluctuates, fairly consistent with what the rest of the country is doing. When you go up to the mountains, prices can be about 10 cents more per gallon, and you'll find that with not only gas prices, but like food prices, like at the grocery store, slightly more expensive in the mountains, just because it takes more in transportation costs for them to get them up here. Some people come out here, and if you're working like downtown, this is an area where there are plenty of like bike paths and bike lanes and scooters and people with the big one wheel thing that they ride around. So there's a whole lot of alternative transportation routes around the area, and so if you want to cruise around on foot patrol, perfectly fine, definitely doable. We also have a fairly decent public transportation system. We'll put the information here. It's called the Rural Transport of Denver. The RTD represent. If you want to take the bus, they have passes for like a day pass. You can get like student passes are less expensive, or you can just get like a monthly pass. If you're just staying like super local, it's only about $115 a month, but I would recommend probably the regional pass, so you can go just like all the way down to Englewood, go all the way down to Lone Tree if you would like to, and that one's going to cost you about $200 without any type of discount.
Guess I just never think of money as an issue.
That's because you have it.
That's a good point.
Now you got that house, you got that transportation, and you're going to get out of your house and you're going to go places. Well, first off, they're going to take some of your money that you make here in Colorado. The flat rate income tax out here is 4.55%, and sales tax rate is 2.9 on all those goodies that you buy. Now, where are you going to go? You want to go out to eat? You want to go see a show? Let's first talk about going out to eat. Now, food in Denver, fun fact, I'm not a fan. I mean, it's good. It's fine. Plenty of different options. There's plenty of great roads that have walkable restaurants and like outside dining, like Rhino, Cherry Creek, Platt Park, Bonnie Bray. That could go on for days. There's plenty of options, but it's kind of lackluster when it comes to taste and quality, except if you've never had green chili, definitely check out the green chili out here. And if you're watching the video right now in the fall, now is the time to go get that green chili. You'll see them just roasting them on the side of the road. The Palisade peaches, I think, are about done for this season, but now we're on to those green chilies, so hell yeah. But if you want to go out, you want to get a meal, I mean, me personally going out, I have a hard time not spending $50 just by myself if I'm getting a meal, maybe a small appetizer, but then you throw on like a drink or two on there. Drinks are gonna be, for a beer, man, they're charging like $6. You could pay $9 a beer out here, better be good. But for an appetizer, an entree, you're looking probably about $15 to $25 for the entree, and then about $15 for the appetizer. So it can add up. When I'm taking a lovely gal out on a date, I'm spending like no less than $100 typically. It hurts, but charge it to the game. Entertainment, there's so many things to do out here. If you are going to hit the main attraction in the winter, like a skiing and snowboarding pass, you're looking about $800 to $1,000 for the pass. It's an expensive hobby. And then if you're looking to go to Red Rocks, man, before COVID, I was able to get Red Rocks concert tickets for like $65, $75, but then like after COVID, everyone just wanted to get back to shows. Everyone wanted to tour. Everyone wanted to get out to the shows. We have Red Rocks Amphitheater, was absolutely amazing, and it is a higher price ticket, but you're paying on average this year $115 for the ticket. That is average. If you're going to see like somebody super sought after, it's going to be way more expensive. But they have regular shows there, and it's really good time. You need to cough up the change to go see a Red Rocks show at some point if you haven't, but it ain't cheap. Want to go check out the Broncos? Let's ride!
Broncos country, let's ride!
Well, tickets can be as low as $90. The average is $304, which seems pretty high for how poorly we've been playing.
I think the best thing that we can do
Let's continue to believe in one another.
CU Buff tickets, I think, are more than Bronco tickets this year because it's personal this year. If you are balling on a budget out here, but you want to go see a lot of the attractions, there are free days in Colorado, and so a lot of people take advantage of the free days, and so it's going to be a little bit busier in there. But like the art museum, the zoo, Buffalo Bills, a lot of these cool places to go check out will have a free day. All you have to do is show proof of residency, and you are good to go. Now you have child care costs if you got those little rugrats. And you need to take them to be watched as you go make that dollar. The Denver child care average monthly cost for full-time, full-day programs is $1,575. Kids are expensive.
I'll get her, you grab her bag. Hang on, Hallie, we're busting you out of there!
Alright, and like I mentioned, I'm going to walk you through some of these price points just to show you where these homes are popping up. So there aren't many homes between $300,000 and $400,000 as far as single family detached homes. But yeah, so this is $300,000 to $400,000 single family home. You could see Northeast Aurora, a little bit of Commerce City up in here, Green Valley Ranch a little bit, and then Southwest Denver, like these Barnum neighborhoods are where those are going to be popping up. But then nothing else outside of those. 400 to 500, it's a lot more of the same. You're just going to find more of these properties that are going to fall within this price point. So Southwest Denver, for the folks that want to be like super close to the mountains and Denver, Southwest Denver is the place that you want to look for single family homes. And then we get a lot of people that are searching for like Aurora, South Aurora. You're going to have these pop up. Some of these areas might be like slightly newer construction, whereas Southwest Denver is going to be older style homes, brick ranch style homes, stuff like that. 500 to 600,000. Now you're starting to get some of these areas like Littleton, Lakewood, Virginia Village are popping up. Little bit of Englewood, which is cool. Englewood is cool down in this area as well. There's no HOAs over there, so kind of cool. You get to do what you want. And then yeah, now you're going to get a lot more Aurora. And then here we go, 600 to 700,000. That Southwest Denver area is kind of, now it's outpriced. There aren't many homes for that price point over here. Same with North Aurora. Most of them are going to be less expensive, but now you're going to get more like Cherry Creek starting to pop up here. Littleton, Highlands Ranch, some of these areas closer to the foothills. Not quite Golden yet. You see Golden doesn't have many popping up. You're going to be more like 700 to 800 for that. And this is just Denver. And so if we went up to like Broomfield, Thornton, you're going to see a lot more of the homes between like 500 to 700,000 up in here. So if you don't mind like a 35-40 minute commute, not even all the time, those areas will be attractive to you. Cool. 700 to 800, you could just see you're getting more towards the foothill, more like Highlands Ranch, which think of like Highlands Ranch as like a giant HOA. So they have like a lot of nice rec centers, and then down towards like Parker, Stonegate, you're going to get more newer construction out this way, and you're a little bit further separated from the city life, but you have a good community vibe over that way. Talons Reach in these areas, these are going to be mostly like new construction homes. 800 to $1 million, you're going to see 800 $1 million now. A lot more mountain home properties are popping up, more Cherry Creek, Glendale, Bonnie Bray, starting to get a little bit of Washington Park over here, and then like the West Highlands, Sunnyside area. This area is really cool too. Here's 1 million to 1.5, and so some of the more sought after neighborhoods at that price point are going to be like the Wash Park area, Cheeseman Park area, around the parks. This is like Cherry Creek, Wash Park area, and then you have like north of Sloan Lake area, West Highlands popping off, and then you'll have Golden coming into the picture now as well. quick summary, and then I'll get into that sneaky cost that Colorado residents pay. So housing, fairly expensive. Utilities, transportation, all that's pretty much on par with the rest of the nation. You'll save some cost on utilities if you're up in the foothills by just getting that summer breeze, and you'll all save money as Colorado property owners, and property taxes are 5th lowest in the country, which is awesome. But the cost that's gonna kick your butt and bust your buttons is going to be your vehicle registration fee. And so Colorado doesn't have like a flat rate. There are a few different fees that you'll need to pay when registering your car in Colorado. One, you'll have a $26.80 registration fee. You'll have a ownership tax of 2.4% of your vehicle's value, which stinks if you like to buy nicer, newer cars. A license plate fee of $10, a vehicle emission fee of $25. So some cars will have to get your vehicle emissions tested. Sometimes they'll give you a year off, or 2 off. I don't know exactly how they do that, but every now and then you'll have to get your emissions test. And also, if your car is less than 3 years old, you'll also need to pay a new resident fee of $50. Lame. So Colorado's not cheap, but it is great. And if you're looking for some of these pockets that have, you don't care, you're balling out, and you want a super sweet house, we are the team to help you find out where those neighborhoods are, find the right price point for you, because if anything we can save you is the headache of moving. And so definitely reach out. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, do that. Go check out our Altitude Living channel if you're looking for foothills properties. And other than that, we will see you later. Bye.